boat behind me is a Fountaine Pajot MY6. We've been invited down today to take a full walkthrough of this power catamaran. They're an exciting vessel. It's a very busy day at the boat show, so we'll swing on board now and we'll take a full look through. So we're going to step on board the swim platform carefully. Now Fountaine Pajot make these in a 53 and a 72 hardtop version. We're going to skip right up to the Flybridge now because, of course, one of the main reasons why this has been such a successful segment in the boating industry, and particularly for Fountaine Pajot, is because of the expansion you get in entertaining and socializing spaces in power catamarans. Take a look at this. So to the port side, we've got this large L-shaped seating area. We've got the clear covers on today because there's been a little bit of weather about, and just for precaution, keeps everything nice and dry. But it just goes to show you can cover the whole of this hard top and come up, that's okay. Or you can of course have all the clears off and you've got a really nice large entertaining space. The helm's just forward of where I am now. You can see that that chair does spin around, but when that's spun around, you can see we've got the large Garmin multi-function display. That's the 20-inch. So you can see there we've got chart plotters, we've got autopilot, the engine controls here. We'll duck down into the engines later and take a look, and the joystick control. But that's a fantastic helm position, of course, looking out over the starboard side of the bow. Just next to that, we've got this large sunbed. So that's a fantastic place if you want to come and keep the skipper company. Come up here, enjoy the sun, enjoy the view as we're underway. It's fantastic. In terms of hospitality, we've got this really well-equipped wet bar just here. This, I'm right in saying, yep, that'll be a little waste. We've got the wet bar here, and this will be the drinks chest, and this is probably just a waste. Yes, it is, like that. But a fantastic socializing space, and one of the main reasons why you buy a power cat is because of this type of space and where owners tend to spend most of their time. So we'll just carefully skip down onto the main deck. It's going to be a little bit busier down here, but we'll do our best to stay out of everyone's way. In the aft cockpit, we've got this really nice rear seating here. There's some storage under there. Access port and starboard down onto the swim deck. Now these are the access down into the IPES drives. We'll take a look at one of those before we go, of course. And this is like a large storage locker there. But let's move into the main deck salon, where we're greeted with a beautiful neutral. It's a great vibe in here. Really nice neutral tones and palette. And this is a great family space. Very popular with families, of course, power cats, because the amount of living space and the accommodation is very generous. So the port side, we have this table, of course, which leafs out to be a fuller dining table, or you can keep that closed now and gives you access through down into the forward accommodation. We've got the main deck helm here, which is basically a replication of what we saw on the Flybridge. Engine controls, the plotters there, multi-function joystick, all at your fingertips, and a nice place for someone to be able to sit next to the skipper. There's definitely space for two people there, and another nice settee opposite. There will be a television that probably either comes up there or folds down. I'll find that before we go and show you what that looks like. But in terms of the galley and the hospitality, we've got, oops,
Other side.
other side,
Down low.
oh, they all look different. There we go. We've got a large, really domestic size fridge freezer that looks like that. These are nice storage bays in here. But the entertaining action happens over here. This is a really nice size aft galley. We've got the oven. This will be convection microwave oven here. Dual hobs here. Overhead storage here. And I like the way that the sink faces aft. So quite often this will either face left or right or forward. But I think this is quite nice. This faces aft. It means you're connected to the people behind you. Actually, I think that's a really smart design. This will be a half dishwasher drawer in there, and everything, of course, that you'd expect to find. Drawers, cutlery, the usual. But a very, very nice space, and you can see the appeal for families because of the amount of entertaining space that you get. It's fantastic. But let's take a look at accommodation, because of course with Power Cats you get the full use of each of the hulls, and we've stepped straight into the VIP suite, which takes up the entire length of one hull. So I'm just going to spin around here to give you that perspective. Now that's a queen size bed, full island walk around, and the thing I like about this is that we face straight out through that hull window. Lots of ventilation through that opening section, beautiful neutral tones, very, very, very comfortable space to be in if you're away for any period of time, which of course you can be. Drawers, storage drawers of course. Just outside, you might have noticed that as we came through, is some laundering facilities. So we've got a combination washer dryer there. There's some storage underneath these for like washing and storage of different bits and pieces. There's lots of storage on board here. But inside the cabin, it's just a very, very nice space to be in. Cabinetry for this side and over here. And in terms of hanging lockers, there's two of those, one on this side. You can tell we're at a boat show. It's full of promotional material and the like. This one's a bit more emptier. It gives you a gist of that. But a nice amount of hanging locker space. And then into the ensuite, it's very generous as well. I'll just close that behind me and back into the shower so you can see that we've got the basin with mirrored cupboards above that, the toilet WC, and dotted around lots of places to tuck all of your things in places like this. And there's that guy in the mirror again. And the frosted shower stall with a really large, I love that. That is like a rainfall shower head. That's fantastic. So this is the full beam, or what you'd say the full beam, but really the full length of one of the hulls. And this is definitely the pick of the cabins. But there are still two others to show you, and we'll cleverly spin out of here and we'll cross over and show you these two cabins. So this one is set up as a double. It is slightly smaller than the VIP, but still very, very comfortable. Full walk around island double bed. Again, its own ensuite, basin, mirrored storage, toilet, and a nice sized, oops, there we go, a nice sized shower like this. Very good. And in terms of hanging locker, like a 3/4 height locker there, but still nice amounts of storage. And then if we pivot this way, we find a separate day head like this, and then forward we find another cabin. Now this would be perfect setup for younger passengers, if you like. It's kind of a little bit like a V-shaped berth, but still they're full length and be very, very comfortable in here. Nice natural light, very good. And a full length hanging locker here. Some more storage underneath there. And of course, that cabin would be serviced by the day head. The final space to show you is here. Now this could be overflow accommodation. Typically you wouldn't crew this boat. This could be a crew cabin, but really this is another little cabin tucked away. I think these are quite fun. I like the fact that it's got a large opening hatch above it there. So, you know, there is definitely a lot of natural light and ventilation. I think children or teenagers would probably find a berth like this a lot of fun. I know the teenagers that in my household would probably find this the pick of the cabins, their own little hidey hole. How good's that? All right, let's come out of here. Let's just go forward, take a look at the facilities at the front in the bow. And isn't this sensational? I love this sunken area here that of course you get on catamarans that you don't get on monohulls. And we've got these two really nice sun beds where of course the backs ratchet up, and some seating, more padded seating either side of that, and all under the protection, if you prefer, of an umbrella. So on a day when the sun's out and you've maybe had enough of activities and you just want to come up here and relax and enjoy the sun, this is a very, very special place to be able to do that. Let's just come all the way forward so you can see. That's a fantastic perspective, isn't it? So the last thing to show you is one of the two engine bays in each of the hulls. So these are powered by Volvo Penta D650 IPS drives. And in terms of performance, if you're cruising speed at around about 20 knots, you've got a range of, you know, between... Top speed of 25 knots. Yeah, we've got top speed of 25 knots. You probably cruise, you know, mid to high teens comfortably. Yes. And that means with the amount of fuel on board, you know, we've got a range over 300 nautical miles. We're pushing up towards 400 nautical miles. So you can definitely cover a fair bit of distance in a lot of comfort and have a lot of fun along the way. So that's the Fountaine Pajot MY6 Power Catamaran away. It's a sensation. I hope you liked this one. It was fun for me to do. If you did, give it a like, share your comments, share it with people who like this sort of content. And if you haven't, subscribe to our channel. I do these every week. We find something fun to look at and I share it with you. But I reckon we'll leave that one there and I'll see you next week on another one. Bye for now.